The Subaru Forester has built one of the strongest reputations in the compact SUV segment, but there are 8 reasons it might be the wrong choice for your next purchase. If you're shopping for a reliable, practical SUV and the Forester is sitting at the top of your list, these are the problems you're going to want to know about before writing a check. Most people assume that Subaru's reputation for dependability means the Forester is a safe buy in every sense, but dependability alone isn't covering up an underpowered engine, a cabin falling behind the competition, technology facing a class action lawsuit, and other things we're about to check out in this video. Number 8. Weak gas engine. There's only one gas engine available in the Forester, a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated boxer producing 182 horsepower. It's the kind of engine that leaves you pushing the throttle harder than you should through highway on-ramps, during passing maneuvers, or simply when carrying a full car of passengers. Think about merging onto a busy interstate with 4 adults on board. You're pressing the accelerator to the floor, the engine is straining, and the response feels sluggish, almost reluctant. That's the reality of driving a Forester when it's actually being asked to work. Subaru already builds a 2.4-liter turbo boxer delivering 260 horsepower. An engine found in both the Outback and the Ascent. Dropping that unit into the Forester would change this SUV's character entirely. But Subaru discontinued the Forester's turbo option years ago, and there's been no indication of it returning. Reliability without adequate performance is only half the equation. A weak engine is frustrating enough, but Subaru then paired it with a transmission that's making every one of those shortcomings feel twice as pronounced. Number 7. CVT. A weak engine paired with a continuously variable transmission is not a combination that's going to inspire confidence. The Lineartronic CVT is amplifying every performance limitation the engine already has. The engine climbs to high RPM while the vehicle barely gathers momentum. That rubbery, elastic sensation during acceleration is one of the most off-putting driving experiences in any modern SUV, and it's something you're going to feel on every single drive. Reliability is adding another layer of concern. CVT problems are well documented. Shuddering from a stop, delayed acceleration, high-pitched whining under load, and when a CVT does fail, it's not a minor repair. Replacement costs are landing between $4,000 and $7,000, with a full unit swap typically being the only fix. A conventional automatic would make the Forester a better car to drive and a less risky car to own. Subaru isn't offering one, so the powertrain has real problems. But step inside this cabin, and you're going to find a completely different set of issues waiting for you. Number 6. Cabin design. The Forester's tall windows and upright roofline create a cabin that feels genuinely open and spacious. But the moment you shift attention from the glasshouse to the actual materials and dashboard layout, the picture changes. The interior is looking increasingly dated. Analog gauges flanking a small 4.2-inch digital readout, a cluster design other automakers moved away from years ago. Hard plastics appear across large sections of the lower dash and door cards. The piano black trim around the gear selector scratches easily and collects grime within the first week of ownership. When you're sitting in traffic every morning, those surfaces are going to be directly in your line of sight. The steering wheel leather is feeling noticeably rougher than what Honda, Toyota, and Mazda are offering at comparable price points. For a vehicle pushing well past $30,000, the cabin is going to be a disappointment. The design is one problem, but there's something about this cabin that no dashboard refresh is going to solve, and you'll notice it within the first 10 minutes on the highway. Number 5. Cabin noise. The Boxer engine produces a distinctive rumble the cabin insulation is struggling to contain. Wind noise from the boxy roofline adds to the problem. Road noise through the floor completes it. At highway speeds, the Forester is one of the louder options in its class. The CR-V, RAV4, and Tucson are all proving significantly quieter in direct comparisons. Some owners reporting a difference of 4 to 5 decibels at 70 miles per hour. On longer drives, that constant background noise becomes genuinely tiring. With conversations harder to hold, phone calls more difficult, the audio system competing with road intrusion rather than simply playing music. Some Forester owners are installing aftermarket sound deadening panels just to reach a baseline level of refinement that rivals are delivering from the factory. Road noise is uncomfortable, but the next issue is making the driving experience stressful in a completely different way, coming from technology that's supposed to be keeping you safe. Number 4. Safety systems issues. EyeSight driver assistance comes standard on every Forester. Forward collision detection, lane centering, adaptive cruise control, all included from the base trim. The problem is in the execution. In real-world conditions, these systems are frequently overreacting. EyeSight is triggering hard braking responses for roadside objects, shadows, and vehicles posing no actual risk. Imagine cruising on the highway with adaptive cruise active, the system suddenly braking hard for a shadow while a car sits close behind you. That kind of unpredictable intervention is exactly what driver assistance technology should be preventing, not causing. Speed variations of more than 10 kilometers per hour on inclines are being reported by owners, inclines that other systems manage without issue. When driver assistance is generating anxiety rather than reducing it, the system has missed its purpose entirely. The safety systems are unreliable, and the infotainment unit they're connected to is making that problem significantly more dangerous than it first appears. Number 3. Tech features. Subaru's Starlink infotainment system has been the subject of a class action lawsuit covering 2019 through 2023 Forester models. The allegations point to fundamental defects: freezing screens, phantom touch inputs, spontaneous reboots, and complete system lockdowns that only clear after the vehicle sits off for hours. These aren't isolated incidents, they're documented across thousands of owner reports. The backup camera is shutting off mid-use, Bluetooth is dropping calls, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are conflicting when both devices are connected simultaneously, picture relying on navigation to find an unfamiliar address, and the screen going blank. Because EyeSight's road scanning function is tied to the infotainment unit, a frozen screen can disable safety-critical systems alongside everything else. Consumers have reportedly spent hundreds, in some cases thousands of dollars on replacement units developing the same faults. The new model introduced an 11.6-inch display, but early reports are already describing laggy performance, suggesting the core software issues haven't been resolved. Technology problems are hard enough to live with, but there's something about this SUV that's going to bother you before you even open the door, and it's only getting worse with the new generation. Number 2. Forgettable styling. Older Foresters had character, boxy, purposeful, unapologetically utilitarian. The current generation has moved away from all of it. The new design is blending into a crowded segment rather than standing apart with softened body lines and a front end making no strong visual statement whatsoever. Park a current Forester next to a Mazda CX-5, a RAV4, or a CR-V, and it's going to struggle to make an impression. The Subaru quirkiness that once made this SUV recognizable is largely gone, replaced by a generic crossover appearance that could belong to almost any mainstream brand. For buyers who once chose Subaru precisely because it didn't look like everything else on the road, this new direction is going to feel like a loss. The styling is forgettable, but the number one reason to reconsider the Forester is something far more fundamental, and what makes it so frustrating is that this SUV genuinely has everything it needs to get it right. Number 1. Uninspiring handling. The Forester has structural advantages that should be translating into a rewarding drive. The Boxer engine sits low in the chassis, reducing the center of gravity significantly. Ground clearance measures 8.7 inches. The symmetrical all-wheel drive system performs exceptionally in low-traction situations. These are the ingredients for a compact SUV with genuinely standout dynamics. What the Forester is actually delivering falls well short of that potential. Body roll in corners is more pronounced than this setup has any reason to produce. The steering offers minimal road feedback, making every driving scenario feel disconnected. Anyone who drives a Mazda CX-5 back-to-back with the Forester is going to feel the gap immediately. The CX-5 turns in sharply, the steering communicates, the body stays composed. The Forester has every mechanical ingredient to compete at that level. The tuning decisions simply aren't taking advantage of it. Too firm for genuine comfort on broken pavement, yet not planted enough for confident driving on smooth roads. Neither the comfort-focused buyer nor the more engaged driver is going to feel well served. The Forester is going to remain a practical, spacious, and fundamentally reliable compact SUV. Those qualities aren't going anywhere, but reliability alone isn't enough to justify the compromises stacking up elsewhere. An underpowered engine with no upgrade path, a transmission that's neither enjoyable nor inexpensive to repair, a cabin falling behind the competition in design and material quality, technology generating lawsuits, handling dynamics wasting a genuinely capable chassis, safety systems creating stress rather than confidence, and styling that has traded away the one thing that made this SUV stand out. The compact SUV segment is more competitive than it has ever been, and for every weakness the Forester is carrying, there is a rival already offering a direct answer to it. And even though we spoke positively about some of Forester's key rivals, they are also far from perfect. If you want to learn more about the new generation RAV4 and what troubles its owners, make sure to check out our next video. Although Toyota brought improvements in many ways, this crossover still lags behind the competition in terms of interior quality, cabin insulation, and overall refinement.